Let me frankly speaking to you. Yes, we agree on a lot of things. European Union is in crisis, populism are rising, the unconfidence of citizens towards European institutions are increasing. But let me say, the role of the regions in Europe is in crisis too. We are not crossing through a good momentum for the region in Europe. So we need a stronger political voice as a region. This is, Governor Prol, the importance of our meeting today. Your initiative led us to have a stronger political voice in a difficult moment of the European Union. 2 weeks ago, President Juncker addressed his speech on the State of Union. He talked about the crisis of Europe in a very dramatical way. He made a lot of examples. He talked even about the problems of glyphosate in the herbicides. But he never said one time the word regions, Committee of the Regions, or local authorities. We simply are not in the horizon. We simply are running the risk to not exist. So we have to do something to change the things. Nobody will do something instead of us and for us. I look at a lot of people working against the region in Europe, but nothing supporting us. So we have to do something together. And we have to ask if what we are doing is enough or not. What is the dream of a Europe of regions and peoples? I'm living in a Europe of bureaucracy, of burdens, of rigidity, of problems. We have to change these things. And I think we are the unique voice, political voice, that could create a different Europe, a bottom-up Europe, a symphonic Europe, as Michael said before. I'm a friend of Italian opera too. And as a regional council of Lombardy, we have a balcony in the Scala theaters. And when I go to listen to the symphonic orchestra of the Scala theater, every time I discover how is useful to create the condition for many different instruments, playing, everyone is single music, but working together. This is the idea of the Europe of regions. A lot of differences working together and playing the same music. We have to build this Europe, because on the opposite, I'm sure that Europe, the European integration process, will have not a future. So, cohesion policies. Cohesion policies have a lot of problems. Cohesion policies have a lot of difficulties. But cohesion policy really works. And show to the European citizen the best face of Europe. A Europe able to help the citizens. But we have a problem, the problem of awareness. Just 1 citizen out of 3 in Europe is aware of the concrete help for his own life of cohesion policies. We have to grow up the awareness of the role of cohesion policies for our citizens. And cohesion policies are working because has proven to be able to provide solutions to strengthen economic, social, and territorial cohesion in the long-term view. And regional disparities decreased in terms of number of least favored regions. But so probably it means some political consequences. For instance, we cannot accept macroeconomic conditionality. We cannot accept that the regions in countries like Spain and Portugal are right now running the risk of a suspension of the funds of cohesion policies because a technician in the Commission said that the national government were not in condition to respect the Stability Pact. We cannot accept it as regions. We have to make a lot of political work to change the things. And cohesion policies are written in the Treaty of the European Union. Article 174. So we have to defend a pillar of the European building. Without pillars, the destiny of a building is clear, crashing. So, in the Lisbon Treaty, there is, in addition to the original economic and social cohesion, the right to defend territorial cohesion. We have to defend territorial cohesion. So let me conclude saying that we must fight against what I call the silent shifting. What is the silent shifting? Is a shifting from regional policies to more centralized policies. Something strange is happening. For instance, 2 weeks ago, the European Commission has approved the new financial rules, a new regulatory frame for financial rules in Europe. Sorry? And these new rules are introducing the possibility for a member state to move financial resources from cohesion policy to centralized projects. I'm sure that the future of Europe, and I really believe that the future of Europe will not depend on centralization. Centralization is not the right way to unify Europe. We need a different way. So this is the reason, political reason why, as Conference of European Regional Legislative Assemblies and as President of the Cotter Commission in the Committee of the Region in charge for cohesion policy, I totally and completely support your initiative, and I look for a concrete political follow-up for the future. It's time to ask new things. Maybe it's time to ask a Senate of the regions in Europe, a second chamber able to include the voice of the regions in the decision-making process in the European institution. Thank you.